Joining me now, we're so lucky. We have Erin Elmore joins us today. She's an attorney, political analyst, and conservative commentator. And she's joined with her partner in crime, Alisa Frederico, fashion consultant and runway MC. Ladies, thanks so much for joining me today on Liquid Lunch.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Erin, how are you? I see Alisa's neck, but I think her camera's frozen. Okay, now I see her walk-in closet.
It's a nice closet.
Yeah.
I think Nico's trying to get her situated.
There she is. All right. It's Alisa.
Can you hear her?
Now I hear you and I see you. Hi, Alisa. We may have to try to convince her to come out of the closet one of these days, Erin.
I will not comment. I think we got to get her volume up. I think there might be an issue, but you can talk to me while we wait, because I think everyone knows in this era of working from home and social distancing, sometimes there are technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, I think we're doing okay. How are you doing? Because I understand Frank's on the line with us also, but I understand both you and Alisa were asymptomatic, but came back positive for the antibodies. So how is that going?
Alisa and I had the same timeline. In early March, we were exposed to people that had COVID. This all information came out later, of course. And around the middle of March, both of us felt a little sense of malaise, but we were totally fine. Other than we had no symptoms. We had no sense of taste and smell.
And did Alisa have the same exact symptoms as you?
She here? Can we find out if she can hear so she can tell us? Where is she?
Oh, she's got to unmute her mic. That's the problem. But
we have to have Nico tell her, because I can't really. Let me see if I'll do that. Hold on, everybody. I'll
right.
see if I can talk to her.
All right. So Frankie is joining us. He's still traveling, man. He's on the road. And go to the full screen, Nico. Frankie, both these ladies with us today were asymptomatic. And we're finding out here in New York today that about 66% of the people who reported to hospitals with cases were people who were sheltered at home.
Yeah, well, to your point, John, and picking up on the conversation we were having right before the commercial about how to get the economy moving and start to get things turned around. I mean, I think you've seen for the last 6 weeks, all of these people saying, oh, the reason the curve is flattened is because of the stay-at-home orders and because of the quarantine, because of the shelter in place. The fact that the vast majority of these people were sheltered in place and still needed to be hospitalized, and the fact that these were people by and large that were either retired or unemployed, I think it goes to show you that the curve might have been flattened anyway. There's simply no way to know. And I'm not saying that the quarantine orders were unwise, but at this point, now that the hospital capacity has had a chance to catch up with demand, and now that at least in places like New York, the curve is on a downward trajectory, maybe we can readjust the quarantine order so that it's just the most vulnerable populations, the elderly, those over the age of 65, people with a compromised immune system, those with a pre-existing condition. Maybe we can just say to those folks, all right, you guys continue to stay home, don't interact with everyone. Everyone else, get back to work because the country needs you.
All right.
Yep.
I couldn't agree with you more.
There she is, my partner in crime.
All right, there she is.
Devices like 3 times.
All right, Alisa. So let's hear from you. You're a fashion consultant, runway MC, all this other stuff. How do events that you usually do? You got to consult people, and then you got to MC. How do group events get back going again? Is that in trouble for a while in your view?
Well, I think just like everything else, we have to take into consideration right now some different measures. Maybe we do seating differently. Maybe we do multiple shows, in smaller groups instead of one large production of, 200 people. But I think I agree with what everyone's saying. I mean, we need to get back out there and get things going again. We just need to adjust the way that we do them.
So, Erin, I am fiending to have my studio back. I want to get back in the studio. I feel like as much as we're trying to, a lot of people are adapting to a new situation, but you just don't get the same connection with the viewer when everybody's in a different place. How are you feeling about doing all the television you do from home?
Listen, it's better than nothing, and I'm happy to be working, and I'm happy to be corresponding with all of you guys and reaching people and staying active. But truly, I really think that it's time to go back to work. And if we need to take precautions, we shall. And by the way, this is America, even though it feels like a communist country at times. If someone wants to stay home for 17 more years because they're scared of getting this, that is their right, just as it is my right to go out in public and begin living my life, especially with these antibodies. Alisa and I kind of feel like superheroes. We're superhero moms. So we just kind of want to get back to work and get back to life, and we feel safe and protected with these antibodies. So let's go.
So, Elisa, you guys both are actually doing something during this time. Now that you know you have the antibodies, you guys are going down donating blood and plasma to help other people. How is that experience for people that are a little cautious?
Well, I was also cautious because I happen to be scared of needles, and I'm very apprehensive in any kind of setting like that. And it was really great to learn and understand the process. It's so relatively easy. It's almost as easy as giving blood. You're in a comfortable setting. It's not a long, crazy process. It's around 40-minute into.
Yeah. So like picking up on that point, it's really no big deal, and we feel that the story is all you see on television and in the media is gloom and doom. And obviously anyone that loses their life or becomes gravely ill, I am so compassionate for that. I actually lost both of my grandparents during this difficult time, and I'm sad, not to COVID, but just in general. So I understand and empathize with the sadness. But we are a story of positivity. We are both healthy and safe, and we're asymptomatic, and we think it is our duty and obligation to do something to help others and to give back. And I'm here and happy to do that.
Did you guys coordinate your outfits today?
No, but I did notice that you have blue. No, we're both just used to being on camera and know that bright colors.
It looks good.
Blue's a good TV. Blue's a good TV color.
Exactly.
So we're like frickin' frack over here. We're gonna go donate the plasma together. And whenever we're allowed to come to your studio, John, we'll come to the studio. Alisa and I know our way around a glass of wine. We'll have a glass of wine because it's liquid lunch, and we'll have so much fun. And you don't have to worry about us getting you sick because we've got those antibodies.
I just got my antibody test. I know Frankie's been donating blood for weeks now. Frank, have you had your antibody test?
Like Frank looks like he's out there having a party in the street.
I think.
I mean, his mic is like hot. He's like, look, where are you? Where are you? Like, are you?
He's home.
Well, I just got home. But now that they made the diagnostic testing available in our area for people that don't have any symptoms, I am going to get the diagnostic test. I'd like to get the antibody test available, the antibody test as well. But I am curious, Erin and Alisa. One thing we may see is people that have your superpower, which is these antibodies, because they're shy about needles or they don't want to interact with other people or whatever the case may be. We may see people not want to donate the plasma. Do you think it's wise, as some people have suggested, including Tom Allen, the publisher of City and State, do you think it's wise for the government to offer some sort of a tax incentive to encourage people to donate plasma, or is that a bridge too far?
We are getting, and then Alisa can piggyback on this, we're getting cash incentives to do this. So Alisa, what did I say on the call? Go ahead.
Yeah, you were like, would you say something about free money? I mean, personally, they are offering an incentive for people to come in and donate plasma. However, I don't need the money. I'm not doing it for that. And I actually plan to donate my gift card, as Erin probably will as well, to someone that's actually in need who's without work at this time.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But they offered that to us, John and Frank. They were like, so, there's a visa, just a visa. And I was like, wait, so we have to give you a visa to pay to do this? Like, who are we paying? I'm happy to pay. They were like, no, we're giving you money. I was like, so Alisa and I are definitely going to donate maybe to like women in need or women that are out of work due to COVID, something great like that, because we are here. Yes, listen, I don't think getting a needle in your arm is ever fun, but we think it's the greater good for other people. And what we went through was luckily not a great tragedy. So let's make lemons out of lemonade.
Well, I just want to say that it's rare that I've heard something that Alisa just said, a woman say, I don't need the money. That doesn't happen. that doesn't happen that often.
Well, I just meant, you know what? It's not that. It's someone else may need it more than I do right now. And I would rather give that to someone, like I said, that's out of work or that's suffering. And I'm going to do my part and help somebody.
No, I was joking around. Elisa,
I know,
yeah.
I know.
All right, you
John,
guys.
don't forget about us. We're gonna come in the studio.
No.
And it's gonna be the best hour
How could I
ever.
forget about you? What are you, crazy? I've been looking forward to this interview all week. We're gonna have a reunion party very soon. But thank you for what you're doing for the community, and thanks for joining us today, ladies. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, we miss you. I
you're the
miss
bomb.
you. Mwah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Come back. Frank's gonna join me with Grover Norquist right after this.